Hi everyone, I'm just doing some tests. Hopefully you hear me and you hear the chimes in the background. It's quite windy here now. So I'm broadcasting today from Australia, and we'll start in about 2 minutes, just over 2 minutes. Good. Well, welcome everyone. I can see all the friends are there. So we are already on the next day here. First time I'm ahead in the time zone. And my team has made sure that we also have some Raptor news from Australia included. Oops. Hi everyone. I'm not sure why the audio is not working at the moment. I have unfortunately some technical problems that I didn't anticipate. No audio. Wait a second. Okay, I think the audio is going to come back now. So just give me a second to sort this out. Yes, I think we've got the audio back. Okay, well, hello everyone, and welcome to Eagle and Raptor News. Just put this live. My computer seems to be really slow. I have no idea why this is playing up, but I don't see, I cannot get the screens transferred. So 1 second, please. My apologies. Let's see what we can do about this. Okay, there we are. Sorry, everyone. My apologies. I only have one computer, so I'm improvising here. Very nice to see you all, and welcome to our Eagle and Raptor news from Australia. I think we're live now, and everything's fine. So I hope you have a good day. You're still probably most of my North American listeners especially on the East Coast. It's late night the day before. So let's just jump right in. So I'm doing this from one screen, and I'm going to improvise a little bit. There we go. Well, thank you for my team for preparing this. So this is our daily news today, and let's go first from the nests from coast to coast. There's been quite a few hatches again. Decorah had its third egg on the 4th of April at 11:44 p.m. and then going to the American Eagle Foundation Smoky Mountain, third egg also already hatched, wonderful, and then that was on the 6th of April at 9 a.m. Avon Lake, first egg, 6th of April, and the second followed on the same day at night. The third one then came on the 8th of April, very nice, so that's a trio there. Stanley Lake, first egg, was on the 9th of April, congratulations to them. And now we jump to Paul Webster in Texas. You remember his nest and the broadcast I did. Tex has fledged, which is great news. Wonderful to hear that. Before I do that, and I'm just going to jump to some local and national news here. So first one is quite amusing. There is a Mariner pitcher, James Paxton, whom a lot of in the US probably know from baseball, and something really amusing happened here during the national anthem. And let's see if I can just show this to you. Well, isn't that just wonderful?
Very solemn moment and a patriotic moment and an uncooperative bald eagle, but
and took care of the bird.
We're ready to play
that's
baseball
a very nice change
nonetheless.
To see that. It was all over the news. That was also thanks to Mark Horner, who made me aware of this. And now we go to California, and there's been one of many earthquakes. This is one of Lady Hawk's videos, quite interesting. And you can see here the shake of, I think it was an earthquake of 5.3, giving quite a shake and a small fright to one of the parents. And there the shake starts, rumbling, takes off, and I think in about 30 seconds comes back again. I do think that this is fairly common for eagles. It is only one of the first, if not the first ever, that was captured on camera. So very nice capture here from Lady Hawk. Thank you very much for that. Just make sure I don't, I'm just going to close the other windows so we don't have an audio problem here. And the next one is very interesting. That happened a day ago. And this is at the Big Bear Eagle Cam. So one of the eaglets got caught in a fishing line. And you can see that this type of entanglement is really dangerous. Fortunately, the eaglet managed to free itself. But there have been quite a few visits by some rescue operations to free eagles and eaglets from fishing lines. So that is becoming an increasing menace. It's worth looking at that because it just shows how dangerous it is when they go fishing. Oops, I just closed that window by mistake. But what I was going to show you, let me just tell you, that was a snowy owl that was found on the roadside in between, I think it was around Nebraska, and it was starving like many do, and that is because they don't find enough rodents. It was taken into care and then rehabilitated and then released. And the next one is quite interesting here from the UK. This is absolutely intriguing, and maybe my team talking to Nicole and Jenny here, and we could get an interview with them, because there has been a rare owl that has had quite a severe accident on the road, hit a car, and lost complete complete ability to fly, and the rare owl was given the gift of flight after double wing transplant. Now that is an incredible operation here, as you can see. So there were experts who found a donor, that is a dead owl, and they actually pulled primary feathers from that and put them into place there with a very meticulous operation, and with some wires. It's something that would be interesting to get a lot more information how this is actually done. But the owl completely recovered and was able to fly. Isn't that incredible? From a complete devastating inability to ever recover from it, it has gone right back to flight. So thank you for that information. It was really interesting. And staying in the UK here in London, oh, that's just the cat here around. Staying in the UK in London, there was a baby owl that fell out of a nest and was rescued by police who were just doing some training exercises. And they had their dog, and the dog found the little owl. And what they finally did is they got a long 40-foot ladder and brought the owl right back to where it belonged. So that is a wonderful rescue story, wonderful from the London police here. And the next story is interesting. We're going to Australia now. And I always thought that they had rabbits in abundance, but not everywhere. There's a certain area here on the Margaret River where there are a lot of wedge-tailed eagles. And wedge-tailed eagles typically eats about 800, hang on, can you actually see this now? Sorry, 1 second. I'm just worried you're not seeing the you're sorry, you're not seeing the news. I beg your pardon. Something is not correct here. You're supposed to see the window, and that obviously is not working. I beg your pardon. I'm sorry about that. It seems you have been watching me. That was not the idea. So let me just go back to some things. It's difficult because I can't see everything on the same screen here, but now it seems to be working. I beg your pardon. Okay, so let me just jump back to the eagle and to the eagle news. You should be able to see it now. Okay, so this here is in Australia, and wedge-tailed eagles have an incredible consumption. Have an incredible consumption of rabbits. A pair of eagles typically eats about 800 rabbits per year, and it's becoming quite difficult. So this rescue center here is asking for donations for more rabbits. So anybody who can find rabbits, I know they have kangaroos here in abundance. And now, not a very nice story indeed. There's a California man who's obviously a maniac who shot 130 hawks, birds of prey, which I think is absolutely appalling. And the person has fortunately been identified and sent to prison. But these hawks were found. The reason is unknown why he did this. And another story here from Australia. Here, the kinglake family in close call as wedge-tailed eagle attacks a chihuahua. So this was a small chihuahua, and you can see how fierce raptors are. The chihuahua was about 1.8 kilos, which corresponds to about 4 pounds. And the wedge-tailed eagle obviously saw this as a good meal opportunity, but then finally let go. So that is that is reality, especially when you have such small such small dogs. And here is some news also about a red-tailed hawk landing in a restaurant. Let me see if I can get this one going.
An emergency. In the middle of the mayhem, a red-tailed hawk. Our Don Timoney is live in Phoenixville with more. And Don, this is a new one. It certainly is, Lucy. And workers here at the Great American Pub here in Phoenixville say they have seen this red-tailed hawk here out on the patio before, but really paid it no attention until it went after a worker.
And the birds coming. You see, it's putting my hand around there and say, oh my God, going to the kitchen. It's frying in the kitchen.
Anna Olvera describes a frightening day while cleaning at the Great American Pub in Phoenixville last week. The red-tailed hawk you see flying around the kitchen going right for Anna's bun as she walked inside from the outdoor seating area.
Oh, it's in your hair. Yes, in the hair. You see my this here.
Anna immediately called her boss, general manager and executive chef John
Well, that's your
Santos.
free hairdresser
He wasn't
for the
quite sure
day.
what to believe until he saw for himself.
Then I walked in and I saw a giant hawk sitting on top of the ice machine. So I was like, what the heck?
Sakos dialing 911, joking it wasn't your typical emergency. Police releasing the video today. You can see Officer Komorowski trying unsuccessfully to catch the bird with a big net. The restaurant's handyman, who's also a local pastor, learning of the foul situation, confident he could get the job done.
I'm from the country, so rattlesnakes, copperheads, mice, rabbits, squirrels, it doesn't matter.
After fluttering around the kitchen, the red-tailed hawk flying into his stairwell. That's where Justin Chapman was able to carefully catch the creature using a big black tablecloth.
I had it nice and taut, and he flew at me, and I went like this, and it filled with air and just dropped down, and I reached down like that and picked him up and carried him out.
Once outside, Chapman, who says he loves adventure, removed the cloth and released the hawk unharmed.
He flew off, and he actually landed on top of the eagle. It was pretty crazy. Landed right on the eagle and then flew off.
In 30 years in the restaurant business, I have never seen a hawk in the kitchen. That's a first for sure.
And hopefully, alas, the general manager says this is the talk of this town. He did have to spend the day cleaning and sterilizing the restaurant, but everyone here is keeping a good sense of humor and keeping an eye out for that hawk, hoping, Lucy, that it does not like what's on the menu here and stays away.
Oh, I'm thinking, Don, it never wants to come back inside again. That was probably frightening for it as well. All right. Thank you very much.
Okay, and finally something really remarkable. This is a movie that I definitely want to see. Very nice that that my team found this, and it is about the Philippine eagle that is getting very extinct because of the strong deforestation there, and just man getting everywhere. That is happening all over the world. And this is the preview of the movie. There was a team, very good photographers and videographers, who went into the forest there. And I just want to show you the preview because the rest speaks for itself. Yeah, having a little bit of problems here with the internet. Ah, here we go. Here we go. It's a little bit shaky. Not sure why.
You know what the good news is? We're an eighth of our way there. It's got this beautiful crest that.
But you can see that the Filipino eagle is absolutely beautiful. So they went up a tree, and from there they took this incredible equipment and made a movie about this. So this is an absolute must see.
We cannot take chances.
Skipper Laura, come in over. Yeah, Neil. We got a baby Philippine eagle.
I mean, the photography and the work is just phenomenal. And of course, it's a very sad story. It's the reality of life here.
No one was watching, so they just caught with impunity.
A baby is so fragile. I think a cold rain could kill a young eagle in an hour and a half, 2 hours.
we have to move on to attitude. And that's something you feel in your guts.
Where other people find excuses not to do things, you find the way to make it happen.
It's a race against time, and time's not on their side.
What it has for the human spirit is immeasurable.
Okay, you ready?
I personally cannot stand the thought of these masterpieces becoming extinct. And so there's a handful of people that want to do something about it. And I'm one of them.
Yes, so do make the effort to see this incredible movie. I will definitely see it. And that is all about our update. I'm just going to jump now to the, let's see, okay, we are back now. It should be fine. So this is the rest of the news, which was compiled by Nicole. So from the American Eagle Foundation, live on April the 8th, Spirit departs from his fishtail. It's rather funny. So do look at that. And let's see if we can get this video here going. So this is on, yes, this is Smoky Mountain Eagle Cam. I need to move this up a little bit. So just hang on 1 second. I'm just going to try and move this up a little bit because I think that was my fault. I should have just put this like that. Let's try it again. Okay, here we go. This is really, really funny because obviously this is an inexperienced young adult and he has this huge fish which he's trying to feed to the little chicks. That was absolutely wonderful, really wonderful. That doesn't quite work that way when your food is larger than yourself, right? I think it's absolutely great. Wonderful contribution. So thank you for that. And here from the Facebook page, and now we're going to the berry nest, of course, B3 branch buddies. So here we say, Celeste says, Mum Berry and I see eye to eye, and life is good. Very nice picture, very nice capture. And here we go back to Gina again, also from the berry nest. And these are some intruders. You can see this is about 3-year-old intruders coming in. So who knows, these may indeed be birds that used to either grow up in the area, or maybe they're even from the same nest. But beautiful colors, and that's another picture here from Gina. Difficult angle, but you can see how beautiful the feather structure is. Wish I'd been able to get better pictures of it while it just sat there, very, very comfy sitting there below the nest today. Drama at the berry nest today. Drama, yes, lots of dramas. And here from the Facebook page, another B3 buddies, Berry College Eagles. There you see, it's really beautiful. The whole family is there. And another one from the Berry College. I do apologize again from the beginning. What I did want to show you was the drama at the Hanover nest. At the Hanover nest, there has been, as you probably know, there was a pair called Freedom and Liberty. And I missed that clip for some reason, but do have a look at it, Freedom and Liberty. And then there is a very dramatic scene of a younger female who is bigger coming in and chasing Liberty of the eggs, and they called her Lucy, right? They called her Lucy. And then Liberty disappeared, and it was believed that she was dead. And the viewers from the Hanover nest in Pennsylvania are quite convinced that she came back at the end of March and then replaced, as far as I understand, replaced Lucy again, but Lucy still came back to the nest. By the way, Freedom did not appreciate Lucy's presence at all, but she's so big and powerful, she just insisted on staying there. In the meantime, of course, it is clear that the eggs are no more viable due to the fights and the whole change. But I do think these stories are really interesting. You may also remember that in White Rock, they had a very similar story of the White Rock mama disappearing and then reappearing also after 10, 11 days, also being replaced by a younger female. So this doesn't seem to be uncommon, but it certainly is devastating for people who are watching the eggs. And here's another one from the Big Bear Valley, so we get all the way to California again now. Juvie Stormy and Mom Jackie on the left, right. It looks like both are on their best sides, of course. Yes, they are on their best sides. They are very much on their best sides. So now we come to Decorah. D31 hatched last night. It was looking back on April the 4th now. If you didn't see it, welcome to the world. So let's have a quick look at this. Decorah hatch. Now that's quite beautiful. It's always interesting how they dig themselves this bowl, in the nest, and really keep them warm. There's a beautiful high-resolution camera they have there of the whole hatch. Really remarkable footage here. And there's the hatch. Eagle Whisperer, thank you, Eagle Whisperer. Very nice. And now we move on to the Etso. You remember the Etso Tennessee nest that we discussed a few weeks ago, where that was featured. This is a family portrait of Noshishima JC10, JC11, and JC12, just about 7:58 a.m. on the 5th of April. Beautiful. Look at all that huge family there. Very nice. And another picture, more close-ups here, by Liz, dinner time. JC11 taking the spotlight again. Isn't that wonderful? Marvelous. And here, from the Facebook, Greenfield Eagle Watch. That's an interesting nest. Peekaboo by Bob B. Look closely to the right of Mum. So look closely to the right of Mum for the first glimpse of gray hair. Okay, well now you have to really look careful. First glimpse of gray hair on the right of Mum. My goodness. But it's just a second or two, and you'll find a bit of movement and so on. Nevertheless, Junior seems to be up, and so that's taken from the bottom, of course, and they don't have any eagle cam, but it's a beautiful eagle watch there from some ground observers. Very nice. Here we go. So let's see. See if we can see that gray just appearing. Yeah, I think I saw something. I can see it. I can see it. If you look right in the middle, these branches that cross, I do think I saw something there. Yeah. Very nice, very nice. You have to look carefully. Excellent observation. And here from the Facebook group, here comes Hanover. That's the nest I was just talking about. My goodness, what a dramatic nest, isn't it? So this was on the 4th of 11, and I believe that this is again, this is probably freedom and liberty again, if I understand it correctly. But it's very complicated. You have to really watch these nests for hours. So if you have any comments on them in the chat that you would like to add, please do that. So we now move to the Hummer bald eagle of Pittsburgh. Again, screenshots and comments by Darlene here. Tandem feeding, yes, that's tandem feeding. That's where the competition starts. So the hammer HR6 is very tolerant, as HR7 is being fed. You know, that reminds me of our red-tailed hawk in the eagle's nest, when that was fed and you had these huge 3 eagles watching. And now we go to the Audubon Eagle Cam Live. This is by Jenny, one of the wonderful helpers here in my team. One egg did pip. It appeared to have possibly hatched and did not survive. Let's put it on. It was there in the evening and gone by noon next day. The instinct is so strong to incubate, so both parents were incubating a turtle shell. Parents have since stopped incubating turtle shell and haven't been seen on the nest. Okay, very interesting. That is interesting. I have never seen anything like this. Isn't that fascinating what we learn from the cameras? A turtle shell. That is incredible. That is absolutely incredible. You know, the amount of, you know, that's why I love showing these news, because the amount of news that comes in, things that we learn, is so incredible about nature. Liberty just returned to this. I'm just looking at the comments. So there's some talking here about the Hanover nest. Thank you for that comment, Mac Lady. So it is Liberty has returned. So I don't know where Lucy is now. Wow, this is incredible. Well, thank you, Jenny, for that. Never seen anything like that. Now we move on to... Wait a second, sorry. Here we go. This is the next one. Now we go on to Joy and Tears in memory of Ozzie and Harriet. Harriet, okay. The source is Eagle's Nest, Breakfast for the Sumo Quad. This is taken on the 10th of April by Arlene Beach. Thank you, Arlene. Watch the little ones. So this is the Sauce's Eagle's Nest, if you've been wondering. Moves between mum's legs. Yeah, that's cute. But they grow so quickly. Snatch and grab. Remember that I showed once the statistics, their maximum growth is about between 3 and 4 weeks. Then their growth rate is the fastest, and they're approaching this very soon. Yeah, turtle shell, isn't that incredible? I'm just looking at the comments in parallel. I have never seen anything like that. So a lot of competition here from the trio, but they all seem to be doing very well. Good for the Saucer's nest. Smart eaglet. Well, if you have to fight for food, you get smart. Margaret 59 says she just loves the saucelets. Well, that's good. And I like the turtles that are appearing there by Mac Lady in the chat. Okay. Did I miss one? No, this was the one. Okay. Now we go on to the Stanley Lake Eagles Facebook. First view, beautiful. Let's have a look at the first view. Oops. That was just wonderful. That was so quick. The head is so small. See if we could get another quick peek there. Yes, there's something going on there, and there it comes again. Yeah, I just saw Osprey Mama kindly send me a comment. I apologize for the earlier mishap, but I was no way I could see that. I did realize it finally when I looked at the other screen. Very nice. Thank you for this. And now we go to the Eagle Nest and Friendship Facebook page here by Donna Lee. We go to far southwest Florida. Look how they have grown. My goodness, it's such a big family. You have seen a lot of the posts of them both being there in the sort of artificial lake nearby, taking a lot of baths together, the pond and so on. And I love these dead trees, of course, because they're brilliant for photography. That's why you get all these beautiful photographs here by Donna Lee. Isn't it incredible how artistic this is? And now we go to Stewards of Upper Mississippi River Refuge, the trio nest, the famous trio, yes. There we go, flapping the little wings. Oh, the marvelous captures. Here again, the Stewards trio nest. Gosh, beautiful. Webster Eagle Nest Cam. Here we go. Video and comments by Paul White. Text has fledged. Yes, we said that earlier. So let's have a closer look at this. I walked into the room just in time to pan the camera to the right, where the eaglet hadn't moved, just in time to barely catch the fledge. Isn't that marvelous when one catches that big moment of fledging? So let's have a look. And there we go. Whoops. Was that a fledge? A proper fledge? Is it going to take off? Probably will. Well, it's gone there. Yeah, now he moved the camera. Now we should see it. And there it fledges. Well, Paul, you did a great job. Great. Excuse me. Very, very nice. And that's it, my friends. That's it. So thanks to my wonderful team, to Sasha, Jenny, Susie, and Belladonna, and I've seen them all around today. So I'm just going to see if I can get myself live back on the camera without these mishaps here. Constantly happening. Yeah, there I'm getting myself back there. Let's see if I can get myself out of this thing. There we go. Yes, now I'm back again. So anyway, my friends, I wish you a wonderful week. I'm going to be quite busy the next days. So Raptor News won't be next Wednesday, but then I'll be back on Saturday, the 21st of April. And for those of you on Patreon, I will do some special broadcast also for those who qualify on Patreon. Probably going to do it tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow. And I will show you the inside of an observatory, which is really interesting. And I'll be showing you live how these telescopes work. That's behind the scenes. That is the monthly broadcast for those who are eligible on Patreon. Thank you for supporting me there. And on that note, I wish you a wonderful day. And I just have to go onto the other screen so I can stop the stream here. It's a little bit difficult here because I'm improvising everything completely, but it's still working. And now I'm not. Yes, there we go. So let's see if I can manage to stop the stream today. Yes, I can. So have a wonderful Eagle week. I do have to tell you a quick story, and I'll probably show that tomorrow too for the Patreon. My drone, I think, was attacked by an eagle. Believe it or not, but I have some footage on that. But that's an interesting story by itself. Okay, so on that note, have a wonderful week, and thank you for joining. I really appreciate that, and thanks to my wonderful team.